Okay, year 3. Today our skill focus in our comprehension is fact and opinion. In this chapter, you will learn to spot the difference between facts and opinions. Both are important in writing, but they are used for different purposes. A fact is something that is known to be true. It may include a number, a percentage, a name, or another piece of information that can be proven. A study, a survey, an experiment, or some other research may have been carried out to check that it is true. You might have carried out experiments in science to check whether something is true. You will also have come across facts on the news and in newspapers. An opinion is what somebody thinks about a subject or event. It is not provable, so it can't be proved. It's not provable, okay? There's no facts, there's no statistics. It may be based on facts, but somebody else may have a different opinion based on the same facts. Okay? Let's have a look at this example. Okay, so on this example here, the orange is the facts. The yellow is the person's opinion about what has happened. Okay? So facts, these are details. These details are specific and easy to prove, whereas these are opinions. Okay, these details are one's version of what happened. Other people might explain things differently. Okay, so on Wednesday, the 18th of July, officers from the Dogs Family Charity rescued 3 border collies who were found wandering along the edge of the M20 motorway in Kent. The dogs were underfed, thin, and dehydrated. They had no collars on and were not microchipped, so it was impossible to find their owners. Nikki Gill, the lead investigator on the rescue, said, "Sadly, this type of thing is quite common. We believe that the owner has abandoned the dogs because they could not afford to look after them. The dogs will be taken to the charity's rescue centre and hopefully a new owner will be found." Okay, so these you can prove and you can't argue with them. Okay, the date, the name of the charity, and where the dogs were actually found. Okay, even though there might be some clues and some evidence to say this is potentially what's happened and why these dogs were there. Okay, it's not 100%. We're not 100% sure. Okay, no one's actually come out and said, "I did this. I left the dogs there for these reasons." This is only Nikki Gill, the lead investigator from the rescue's opinion, okay, that she thinks that they were abandoned because they could not be, the owners couldn't afford to look after them, okay? Right, so girls, you now will sit a comprehension, okay, based on, remember we're focusing on skills and focusing on the skills of fact and opinion, okay? And it will be based on, your questions will be based on this reading here, okay? Now, it's important that you read this carefully along with me, and I also suggest that you have a copy of the printed version, which was emailed out on Friday to parents nearby before you sit the quiz. The quiz will be like last week. You click on the link and you will sit it on your iPad, okay? So, animal rescues. Here are some real-life rescue stories from the RSPCA, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Hoggate. We and the fire service came to the aid of a hedgehog who had gorged on a few too many worms and got himself stuck in a gate in Suffolk over the summer. Gorged, if we can put another word in there for gorged. We and the fire service came to the aid of a hedgehog who had gorged on a few too many worms, who had pigged out, who had eaten too much, completely really feeling really full, okay? The hog misjudged his own girth and got himself stuck between the railings of the gate in Newmarket on June 14. The hog misjudged his own girth. So girth is another word for his width, how wide he is. Okay, he thought he was skinnier than he was, and then he could get through the space between 2 railings of a gate, but he didn't. He got stuck. A passerby spotted the prickly porker in a tight spot and called us. We then turned to the local firefighters to help free him. Specialist equipment was used to widen the bars so he could be lifted out safely. After spending a night in our care to ensure he was unhurt, the hedgehog was returned to the wild the following day. It's a nice story. Bad luck, good luck story. Hopefully they're all that way. Abseiling to safety. Our inspectors will go to any lengths to save an animal in danger. Andy Broadbent and Mike Pugh proved that in August when they abseiled down a sea cliff to rescue a stranded ewe at Tirrancallan near Hellsmouth Bay in Aberystwyth, Wales. Okay, wow, so they've abseiled. When they've got the rope around them and they've gone down and pushed themselves off the rocks, right from the very top, right to the very bottom. It is believed she'd been stuck 20-30 metres down for around 2 weeks before being caught and hoisted back up to safety, lifted back up to safety. Ferret in a fix. This little ferret found himself in difficulty when he got his body stuck in a metal railing, not just once, but twice. The critter, later named Whoops, got his body trapped in fencing in Ossett, Wales, Yorkshire, on November 10. RSPCA Inspector Charlie Wayne and the firefighters attended to help the little ferret, but it was clear they wouldn't be able to free him. So they cut the fence and took him to the vets to be carefully removed. The ferret, thought to be a stray, was lucky to escape the tricky situation without being hurt and was taken in to be rehomed. Okay, so now, girls, just a little reminder. Good idea to have the printed version of the comprehension to refer to when sitting the quiz. If you scroll down further on this Firefly task, you will see a blue hyperlinked link that will take you to the quiz. Do your very best.